And everyone, this is Mom this is Diamond Society, and welcome back to episode number 52. We are here at the Savannah Ranch once again, standing in front of the building that we worked on in last episode. Here is the auto smeltery and the auto brewery. Both are on the inside here. When we look off the little balcony here, we have my smeltery on the right that I designed, and Lurgan's design of a brewery here on the left. So we still have one empty space there. I haven't been able to find any rabbit's foot, but that is what will go there. I also think I might have done something wrong because I think that's supposed to be filled with water bottles. Unless maybe that hopper is just locked, because the water bottles should drain out of here and go into there, but that may only actually, let's just click something. Let's see what happens when I click this. Is that now going to allow stuff to go in there? Oh, there's one, two, and three. Okay, so there we go. Let's just take those out. Does one get trapped in there? No. Okay, so we'll put those back in there, and I think from now on it's actually supposed to work properly. So that's all good, and we do need to get plenty more of these things in there. I haven't put any, nether warts, carrots, any of that stuff in there. I've just gotten one of each to put into the item frame. As soon as I start to actually use potions, though, I will do that. I don't currently use a whole lot of them. I use some of them. Strength is a good one to have, as well as the water breathing is a very good one to have. Speed's sometimes helpful, but, the bigger ones are really just strength that. Oh, and invisibility can sometimes be pretty useful as well, especially going through the nether. Trying to avoid gas and stuff, that is a very good one to have. But anyway, this nether portal does not actually currently work. It's not linked up properly. I don't know if I built the other one in the wrong spot or what happened, but it keeps leading to that one and just stuff breaking. No good, but overall the building looks pretty cool. And I do have quite a big project planned for today. And this is actually going to be underground. Maybe a bit of a giveaway. It's going to be a slime farm. One of the only farms I do not actually have here on the ranch. I still need a wheat farm. And then after that, that should be all the farms that I can think of. I'll probably think of more as time goes by. But here we go. I've got it already dug out. And it is just kind of a temporary entrance right here. This was here before because this is down in my speed mining area. And this is how I'd been getting down there. So there will be a better entrance at some point. Hopefully in this episode. But it is going to be a very massive project. You can already see how tall that goes. It might actually come about 3 blocks short of that. But down here is where the actual slime chunk is. So I had this area dug out, and I did just see that creeper, by the way. Whoa, don't suffocate there. But anyway, I did have this area dug out, and I saw slime spawning. So I went to check the slime chunks to see actually which one it was. Found that one, marked it off, and sure enough, I dug it out, and slimes were spawning in there. So we do have a slime chunk here. Probably a good thing to know before we actually do start building it. But I have a design planned out, and it is going to take a while. It's fairly detailed. It's going to look pretty cool when it's done. We're also going to have a big window so you can look in, and we'll have the storage room down here and such. I would put storage up with all my other storage. However, as I've learned from the past, this farm can produce a heck of a lot of resources. So very good to have a different storage unit for that. Very good deal also that I actually have built it before. Otherwise, I'd be kind of lost right now because I did learn quite a few things from the other ones. So hopefully this goes pretty smoothly because, like I said, it's pretty big, and messing something up really would be quite a pain. But yeah, here is the chunk. It is just a single chunk. The last one we built was a double chunk, and the last one too, the theme was kind of like diorite and the birchwood, kind of a lighter theme, and we used jack-o'-lanterns as well. Going to be straying away from that a bit. Going to be obviously following somewhat of the ranch theme, maybe a little bit nicer looking, a little bit cleaner looking, just because now we are underground. You can't actually see any of the ranch, so can be a little bit creative with this. But I will think just be using the jack-o'-lanterns from the above, maybe birchwood as well. Not entirely sure about that one, but I will not be using diorite. So, andesite possibly, and no granite. So, yeah, pretty much the same as the rest of the savannah. But like I said, it'll be a little bit nicer. So I'm going to try to get all the walls done here. That's probably going to be the longest part of this thing because that is probably the hardest part of this thing. And I do think I have enough dug out. I've got 4 on either side here. We're actually going to need 2 for the wall. So we're going to have to go 1 more. But the other 3 then are going to be where the slimes can fall. I think the big slimes are 3x3. At least that's what I built the last one as. I left a 3-way gap on the side, and it was completely fine. It worked absolutely perfectly. And I left 3.5 blocks between each spawning layer as well because I'm using half slabs. Trying to save resources there. That worked as well. So should be all good here. I don't think anything's changed as far as that goes. So yeah, hopefully this just goes pretty smoothly. I'm going to try to do this in fairly large cuts. We might see quite a bit of progress in each clip here because I'm going to try to get this whole thing done in the first episode. It did take me 2 the last time I built one, so I'm going to try to top that, but that may mean that this episode takes a little bit longer to get out because it is going to take such a great amount of work. Oh boy, was I right here. This was quite the build. Took quite a bit of time, and as well it was fairly expensive. This is quite a bit of glass here, and this is about 26, 27 stacks of glass, I think. That's about what it came up to. So yeah, that did take quite a bit to get. I did have to get all that sand. Although at least the stone bricks, I had plenty of the stone already. It still, though, was quite a pain to go up and try to get them all behind here. But pretty easy design. And I know it is a little bit dark going up to the top, so maybe you can't see all too well. But once we get the other layers in, they will have jack-o'-lanterns on them to prevent other mobs from spawning. And so it will be much easier to see up into from the storage room, which is going to go back here. And that's actually why I don't have the stone brick on the back of this glass here, because you're going to be down here getting all the stuff from the chest, which I think will be over here, and you'll be able to look up into the farm and see everything. And now I've trapped, nope, no I have not. So anyway, yeah, I think it's going to go up to about there, but I'm going to get to that probably last. I want to get the farm finished first, but it is looking pretty cool in here. We've got the oak logs going all the way up to the ceiling, and then we've got the glass with the stone brick behind it in most places, and then the andesite just like that, and kind of offset in each one. So I think that is looking pretty cool. It kind of looks like an apartment building, which I do think actually is quite cool here. And then we also did sneak a bit of white glass in here, just a little bit of detail there. You probably won't be able to see it too well, but I think it does kind of break up the glass on the sides. Otherwise, that would have been quite a bit of glass, you know, and that does work pretty well there. So then I've also done ahead and chucked in all of the birch wood. I think that's all I'm going to use. I don't think I'm going to be using, well, maybe I will use it for some other things, but as of now, I don't plan on it. I think that's all I'm going to use, and that's actually going to be covered in water anyway, so it's going to be still, like I said, quite different from the other farm that I had built. And the other one was a double chunk too, so, you know, difference there as well. But overall, I'm hoping that was probably the longest part of this farm, because that took quite a while. That was like 2 or 3 days maybe, minimum, just to get all that in. And given I wasn't obviously working, you know, straight through, it took very long breaks, but yeah, that was quite the build here. So now we've got to put in all of the platforms going up. I think to Y40 is the max layer that they can spawn on. So that's like 5 from the top. So we have plenty of room for a ceiling and for them to be bouncing around up there. This is Y8, I think. Yeah, so that's 8. So we'll also have plenty of room then for a storage room down here. I actually thought that this here is Y5, but I thought the bedrock would generate at Y3 or below. It is actually 5, so we can't quite go as low as I would have liked. But yep, all the same, it's still looking pretty cool. So now these are going to go in, and of course we can't just be simple with that. We're not just going to put in, you know, stone layers or just like stone slabs or anything like that. We're going to go a little bit more using this and quartz and jack-o'-lanterns for lighting. So once again, it's probably going to take a little bit, but it should look pretty cool when it's all done. Okay, so unfortunately OBS decided to stop recording audio partway through the recording. No settings were changed, and no settings were changed after the fact either, and somehow now it is magically working. So not sure exactly what happened there, but here we have now a completed build, and here are all of the layers in place. Go up there, there we go. So we got jack-o'-lanterns dotted, and all actually facing the same direction, by the way. All those little stems all point off in this direction here, but then we just got that 4x4 layout with the quartz blocks in there, as you can see above us. They are all full blocks, and then these stone half slabs in between. So I think there's 8 layers total. That seems about right. And then I just chucked up some more stone slabs up at the top. Let's see if I can get all the way up here. No. Okay, though. There we go. Looks like something else just died too. But anyway, the whole idea of the farm is that they'll spawn on these little platforms here. They jump off to the side, then they hit these water streams and come over into the cactus. They die. The drops all go into these hoppers here, which then flow off over to here and into the storage room. So yeah, pretty simple design, and it has worked. I have been testing it. Got probably quite a few slime there, and yeah, there you go. You see they all just kind of go in there. Even though they can swim, they still tend to go over to the cactus, and even though that is the slime chunk in the middle there, they're not going to spawn there because I've got just half slabs like that. So it is all good and dandy. The inside of the farm is done. See if I can just pop out back here, because everything else is done as well. So let's actually just, let's do this. Oh no, a little hard to get out here. By the way, if you're wondering how to do that on the side here, it's pretty easy. You just have 3 blocks like this and a water bucket on top, and then they just keep flowing. If you just put water all the way along the sides here, you're going to create source blocks, and that's not going to be a fun time. Then you're just going to have a big pool of water, and it's not going to be flowing anywhere. This way, even if they land in the corner, they're going to go right into the cactus. So let's go ahead on out here, and let's take a look at everything else. So it's, oh, there we go. There we go. So fill that up anyway. Here we go. So yeah, definitely a different theme than what I've been going with. Same types of blocks here, just used in a very different way, although that is actually new. Let's start with the floor, because this is pretty cool. I really do like this. This is all bedrock, naturally generated, of course. Dug out all the stone from it, and then filled it with black glass, and it is really cool. It's like walking over air. Really do like that. Nothing's going to spawn in there because it is just completely filled with glass, and that's all good and stuff. But yeah, medieval theme here. So I went with just some wall sconces here, and that's actually not connecting because that is a backward facing stair. And then, so that's, yeah, it's not going to connect like that. You just got the 4 cobblestone like that with the torch on it. Just trying to make it look a little bit medieval. Did the same dealio over there. And yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of worked. But anyway, and oh, there's so much going on here. So much was lost. But anyway, let's come actually back up to the top. Let's say, like right about here is pretty much where the medieval starts here. With this door here, just a random spruce door. Originally it was not going to go to anywhere, but then I realized that this was behind it. Looks like we've got another slime chunk down there. So that's just there. You can't see through it too, so that's pretty good. That all stays nice and good like that. So then, yeah. Oh, no, now we're down at the bottom. Well, I guess as long as we're down here, there's our storage. Holy cow, that's actually quite a bit more than the last time I checked it. But another door now right here, and this just goes into the back, all stone brickified here. That all comes back here, so that's where all the drops come in. They go to this. This is an item elevator that drops them right up into then that storage. So if we come back here, now you also see that a lot of cracked bricks are around here. And that is just kind of give it like that beat up kind of old look, which is not something that I played around with before on the server, but I do think it worked pretty well. So in the wall here, then we have a chain armor stand. Again, just trying to get that medieval look, kind of like a blacksmith feel, and several heads up here. Not all actually current members either. So here we go, we got Dukester and OG, and Muse might be still around on the modded server. Not 100% sure about that, but Dukester and Offensive Gen are no longer playing on the server, but 3 Ravens and Lurgan, and then of course myself up there are still all active, and I wonder why. Looks like he could have a stick through the bottom of his head there, but everyone else looks pretty good. Lurgan also looks like he's got something missing on the bottom of his chin there. But yeah, then coming over here, just a redstone lamp. Try to hide that too with my banner. And banner, you know, I figured medieval, but bright orange and bright green. So maybe not the perfect combination to get that medieval look here. But then 2 big windows over here, and try to get kind of like a castle feel with the big red banners on the side there, and the cobblestone kind of cut off between what's window and what the rest of it is. And I think I kind of got that feel. I do kind of like it. I did just put the half slabs up there actually to stop spawning. But yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. They're 2 different sizes. Tried to offset them a little bit, not look too uniform. Same with these things, just trying to fill up a lot of the gray space, because originally this was just all stone brick and it was not looking very good. This cracked stone brick in there too, I think adds a good bit of detail. So once you come down here, you know, you get that kind of cool look. And actually, about this top thing, I don't know if that's really medieval or not. Maybe a little bit more of a modern kind of feel here. We got like the blocks and like the arches like that. Not entirely sure, but I do think it works, and we did fit the color scheme of everything else. And then you do have some light gray stained glass panes in here, and that was actually just to stop mob spawning. I originally just used plain like clear glass, and that looked really weird. You could see the tops of them, but nothing in between, and it was just kind of dots. Nope, not working, but this is pretty good. And once again, same thing here. We got backward stairs. You actually see that from the outside. You can see one of them there. So that's actually not going to connect, which is pretty cool. And then actually, now that I actually come back there, I do see this, and I completely forgot about this. We have chiseled stone brick behind there, so it kind of like circles each one of those heads, which I do think is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and actually head back up to the top, though. Let's take a look at this tunnel here. We just got a quick minecart, just a one-way thing, and very simple designs here. More stone brick and cracked stone brick, and we actually just kind of have, oh, there we go. So just kind of like a line going down here, just diagonals going, and then we redstone lamp in between each one. So we got a path to walk and a path for the cart. I do believe the cart is faster, but here's where we pop out. In the last episode, we did build a brew house where we also had a smeltery, and this is where we used to have just the brewing and smelting. So don't need this anymore, so I just chucked it out there. Got this cart to go down there, and then just kind of put this over here. So if we need some fast smelting there, that will be just right there and pretty easy to access. So it is unfortunate that I lost probably about 10 minutes of recording. Actually, kind of had to sum it up all into one clip. But yeah, actually coming over here, this chest used to be all the slime, so that's all gone, and it's all down there, and apparently we have quite a bit now. So like I said, yeah, a little bit unfortunate, but hopefully you all have enjoyed. Go and subscribe for more. Anyway, this is MopBot, and I'll see y'all next time.